A very good evening to all my dear students. Welcome to today's session, a new chapter, a new day, and we are going to start with chapter number Other Corporate Laws, that is foreign companies, companies incorporated outside India. So which is very nicely known as foreign companies. The name of the chapter is Companies Incorporated Outside India. So this session is divided, this chapter is divided into two sessions. One we'll be doing today, that is 18th of June. And the second session is scheduled for 23rd of June. So in these two sessions, we are going to complete this topic, as well as we are going to do n number of questions related to this topic. So very good evening to all of you. Good evening, Almaz, Shagufta, Anubhav, Soumya. Even I'm glad to see you all students. Happy to receive your good, beautiful messages. Thank you so much. Krishan Shiri, Anubhav, Rajveer, Priyanka, Soumya. Good evening, children. Miss P, Samesh. Thank you, Priyanka Pandey. I'm good. I hope you all are also doing good. Miss Divya, good evening, everyone. So on behalf of ICAI, we welcome you for today's session. And we are going to start with a very new topic, whose name is Companies Incorporated Outside India. So children, you have by now completed your major part of the syllabus, that is Companies Act, wherein you started with the preliminary, the basic definitions. Then you understood how the companies are set up, that is incorporation of companies. After that, there was prospectus, share capital and debentures, and all these chapters you have done in detail. In which we have learned number of provisions related to Companies Act. Now, there is a type of company, a new type of company that we are doing. This type of syllabus is divided into corporate and other laws. So I was telling you from preliminary incorporation prospectus, starting from there, going onward to MGT, accounts of companies, and audit and auditors, the recent chapter that you have completed. All that was part of Companies Act 2013. Then we have other laws in which we talk about LLP, we talk about interpretation of statutes, we talk about general clauses, we talk about FEMA, and we talk about foreign companies. Now, if you ask me about LLP, it is a complete separate act which is regulated by LLP Act. Statutory provisions and general clauses talks about interpretation of law, how the law needs to be interpreted, something which you have been reading since CA Foundation. You have started reading law in intermediate, also you have read law, but interpretation of statutes is a very vast chapter which will tell you what is the difference when word shall is being used or when the word may is being used, and how must and or these kind of interpretations, how you have to interpret when we talk with reference to law. Similarly is the general clauses, which has number of doctrines related to different constructional exceptions or different kind of things, which will teach you what is the exact meaning of the law language. So कहने का मतलब है, these are the two chapters which are completely on a different footing. They have nothing to do with Companies Act as such. LLP has nothing to do with Companies Act in itself, is a huge different act. FEMA is covered under FEMA regulations, which you will study under what is FEMA, how the foreign companies are setting up, or the foreign regulations is happening, how we have to manage a foreign exchange. And then comes your foreign companies. Now, although Companies Incorporated India is a separate chapter, but it is major part of this chapter talks about which are the companies which are established abroad, but still certain provisions of Companies Act 2013 is applicable to them. Although you are a company which has been formed outside India, but still some provisions of Companies Act 2013 become applicable to you. So this is what we are going to understand कि कौन सी companies हैं जो बनी तो बाहर है, they have been formed outside India, But still Companies Act 2013 extend up till then. So what are these companies? We will be understanding the definition of foreign companies given under section 2 clause 42. We will understand what is Act section 379 tells about how this Companies Act is applicable to the foreign companies. So I told you there was a huge Companies Act starting from preliminary prospectus, share capital, debentures, everything that is applicable to Indian companies. But foreign company को क्या applicable होगा वो section 379 बताएगा कि which are the sections which are applicable to foreign companies. And those are section 380, 381, 387, 389. So all these major 6 to 7 sections that we are doing are exclusively related to the foreign companies. Clear? So when we talk about the word foreign companies, the definition starts with the word, it means a company or a body corporate. So we go back to day 1, section 2, clause 11, chapter number 1 of Companies Act has already told us what is the meaning of body corporate. There is a term known as body corporate. What is the meaning of this word? Body corporate. So can you tell me, can you help me in revising the definition of, because if you'll understand body corporate, then only we'll move forward. So quickly reply me in the chat box, what is the meaning of body corporate? What is the meaning of the word body corporate? You can refer to section 2, clause 11, which defines body corporate. Very good. It includes a company incorporated inside India as well as company incorporated outside. And the sole corporations and LLPs are excluded from that. Very good, Tanu, Anubhav Malik, Miss P, Rajvi, very good. Thank you, Mr. Dhanush. Even I'm happy to see all my students back in the class. So the feelings are mutual. Thank you so much. Mohammad Farhan, good answer. Priyanka Pandey, nice. Miss Soumya, good. So all the companies which are incorporated outside India is also body corporate. Okay, Priyanka has written all body corporates are company, but all company is not a body corporate. Are you correct? Yes. So everybody, every company is a body corporate. So what body corporate is a wider definition. So body corporate includes a company as well as company incorporated outside India as well. So now there you have heard about this word company incorporated outside India. ये तो हमने सुना था. How it becomes foreign company? That is what section 2 clause 42 tells. So body corporate means any company incorporated inside India as well as incorporated outside India, but excluding sole corporations and LLPs and cooperative societies, they're excluded. But what is foreign company? So foreign company means any company. ऐसी कोई भी company या body corporate. So body corporate क्यों use कर रहा है? Because it wants to give a wider terminology because it is incorporated outside India. Body corporate includes the companies which are incorporated outside India. So it says a company or a body corporate which is formed outside India. बनी तो India के बाहर है. It is formed or incorporated outside India, but it has a place of business in India. So what is the simple basic definition that you have learned in foundation, also that last paragraph of types of companies, and even in definition when you did in preliminary, the basic small definition that we did is company incorporated outside India, having a place of business in India, and it is doing any business activity in India, तो हम मान लेते हैं that you are a foreign company. Then ma'am, what was the need of making such a big chapter, chapter 22 of the Companies Act? What was the need of making so much rules and regulations? Why they have made this chapter? Because they want you to understand that itna simple nahi hai having a place of business in India. It can either have this place by itself or through an agent. So it is through itself, you have come yourself in India or through an agent, physically or through electronic mode. So बहुत कुछ है. ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब I have set up an office in India. Even if I have not set up a physical office, still I'm doing a business activity. Then also I can be a foreign company. Or I am not coming up in India at all. I have online transactions, electronic mode. Then also I become a foreign company. Or I hired an agent who is going to do business on my behalf. Then also I become a foreign company. But before we proceed ahead going into detailed definition of foreign company, let's have a quick recap of the word company itself. So one terminology is company and another is foreign company. Another is foreign company. So if I tell you ABC Limited is incorporated in India under Companies Act 2013, then yes, it is a company or a foreign company. Please tell me. Is it a company or a foreign company? So let's have company versus foreign company. First small discussion. First type of company example I'm giving you. ABC Limited incorporated in India under the Companies Act 2013. Definitely, ma'am, it's an Indian company. It's not a foreign company. You're forming a company in India. How can it be a foreign company? तो पहली बात तो है इंडिया में बनी हुई कंपनी, इंडियन कंपनी. If I say this company was formed under any previous company law, means 1956 में बनी है या 1962 में बनी है इंडिया में, is it a foreign company? No, ma'am, it is still an Indian company. Why? Because the definition of company says any company incorporated under Companies Act 2013 or under any previous company law is known as a company. Clear ho gaya? Company formed in USA and doing business in USA. क्या है? Company है या foreign company? What is it? No, it's not company. Nothing. Anubhav Malik says nothing. That's great. No, it's not company. It's not body corporate. Yes, it can be body corporate, Ms. Yash, because a company which is formed in USA and is doing business in USA only, it has nothing to do with India, is known as company incorporated outside India. Means India के बाहर बनी है, हमारा कोई लेना देना नहीं है. Yes, you can call it body corporate because body corporate includes companies incorporated outside India. But no, it is not a foreign company. This is not a foreign company. जो बाहर बनी है, बाहर काम कर रही है, हमारे यहाँ कुछ लेना देना नहीं. ठीक है, ये सारे पॉइंट्स बच्चा प्लीज आप लोग लिख भी लेना because this will help you to give you conceptual clarity. So it is just a body corporate. It has nothing to do with India. Now let's see company formed in Japan and has place of business in Delhi and doing business in Delhi. Company है, Indian company है, foreign company है, company incorporated outside India. What is it? What is this fourth company? Excellent. Vishen Shiri, Anubhav, Soumya Loda, Miss P, Miss Soumya O. So there are two Soumya. Priyanka, Khushi, Sahil, Yash. Excellent, all of you. This is a foreign company. So finally, we have found what is a foreign company formed outside India, having a place of business in India and doing business activity. सिर्फ place खोल के रख दिया और कोई काम नहीं करता, फिर भी foreign company नहीं. अभी आगे detailed definition में पढ़. So have you written all these points? Can I remove it? Yes, Shivukta, all of you, Harsh Kaur, Almas, Prithvi, good answers by all of you. Correct? All right. Now, how am I going to have this place of business in India? That is very, very interesting. So first definition point is that it is a company or a body corporate which is incorporated outside India. Yes, Ms. P. So that is why we are saying that it is a company itself, right? So body corporate includes company, na? So it's one and the same. Okay. All right. So it's a company or a body corporate. First point is it should be formed outside India. कोई भी company बनाई है बाहर इंडिया के या body corporate. Are you understanding, Miss P? There was a difference between Indian company. हमने उसको Indian company नाम दिया. अब हम समझ रहे company foreign company कैसे. Point number 2, you have to learn it has a place of business in India, whether by itself, sub point A, sub point B, or through an agent, sub point C, physically, sub point D, or electronic mode. इन चारों का meaning है. क्या meaning है? I made a company in Japan and I set up an office in Pune and I'm doing business over there. What am I? I'm a foreign company. I don't come to Pune. I hire an agent who is going to work on behalf of me. And I will be selling the goods to that agent and he will supply it to the customers. What is this Pune company known as? This company which is formed in Japan, having an agent in Pune, and he's doing a business. Is it a foreign company or just an Indian company? It is a foreign. I set up a physical place of business. It's a foreign company. I don't hire any agent. I don't set up any place of business. I do online transactions. What are these online transactions? Netflix, Hotstar, everything streaming directly on your televisions, but there is no company. Have you seen Netflix in India? Have you seen it? Have you seen Hotstar company in India? What is that? It's a foreign company. Company which is formed outside India, but via satellite, it is sending connections over here. It is a foreign company. उसको बोलते हैं electronic mode. And is it doing business activity? And is very important. Business activity India में हो रहा होना चाहिए, तभी उससे माना जाएगा foreign company. So this is point number 3. So company incorporated outside India, having a place of business in India through these 4 modes, and it is doing business activity in India. Then what is it called? It is called as foreign company. Now, when Companies Act 2013 was revised, then major part of the act was gone into companies' rules. So whenever we do any act, we also read the different type of rules which are given in the procedural things is given in the rules. So it says electronic mode means, so registration of foreign companies rules 2014 gives you the definition of the word electronic. वो कहते हैं लिख तो दिया आपने इलेक्ट्रॉनिक को, but is it that simple? So is it that simple? It needs electronic modes means online. What kind of transactions you will be doing, which will make it clear that yes, you are a foreign company. Point number 1 is whether main server is in India or not, that does not matter. So this is very, very important. Let's write an example. ABC Limited set up in China and doing online business in Mumbai. Is it a foreign company? Yes or no? Yes, it's a foreign company. Everyone, very good. That's correct. So it is set up in China and it is doing online business in Mumbai. But the main server क्या होता है जिससे आप IT technology, all these IT things, all these connections that you're sending, data supply, but the main server is in China. Now tell me, is it a foreign company? Yes or no? Very good. Absolutely. Julie, Grishin, Shiri, Kushi, excellent all of you. Yes, it is still a foreign company. Why? Because the first definition given under rules is any company which is carrying on electronic activities like Flipkart, Amazon, all these activities, whether the main server is held in India or not, that does not matter. So examiner will give you such kind of questions that the main server is outside India. Can you be called a foreign company? Yes, even if the main server is outside India. Then also, if you are having a business place in India and you're doing a business activity, you can be known as a foreign company. Now, this kind of transactions that you're going to do is business to business transactions or business to consumer transactions. Now, electronic mode is further divided into 7 categories. The first category talks about B2B transactions. What is B2B transactions? Economics, you have studied very well. Yes, Priyanka Pandey, absolutely correct. It does not matter where is the main server. It is irrelevant, Miss Speaker. So what is the meaning of B2B transactions, children? Please tell me. What is the meaning of business to business transactions? Yes, that's correct, Anubhav. But what is the meaning of that? How can you do B2B transactions? Company to company, that's good. So Amazon is selling the customer's goods over here to the customer. It is business to customer transaction. Any manufacturer who is selling the goods to the wholesaler and the wholesaler sell further goods to the retailer. What is this kind of transactions? Here you are doing business to business transactions. Okay. So here you are doing business to business transactions, where trader and manufacturers are selling the goods, not directly to the consumers, where you are having a sale between the traders and dealers themselves. And if I am ordering the goods through Amazon or any kind of things from abroad, directly the goods are coming to your home to the customer, that is business to customer. So directly business to business transactions is also foreign company. You're doing business to consumer transaction, then also it is a foreign company. Then second is data interchange. All these data transactions which are happening and other digital supply transactions. Yeah, Netflix, this is a digital supply transactions, something which is happening online through a data interchange, that is also foreign company. Then third category is accepting deposits or inviting deposits or subscription of the securities in India or from citizens of outside India. So all your ADRs, GDRs, Global Depository Receipt, Section 41, you have done with me in prospectus. You are setting up a company in abroad and you're raising securities inside India, inviting the securities from India, or you're accepting the deposits from India from Indian citizens. That means you're having some kind of connection of business in India itself. So then also you become a foreign company. So what are the first 3 transactions? So electronic mode, you have to learn this. You have already learned the definition for electronic mode. The first point is whether main server is in India or not, that does not matter. Second is B2B and B2C transactions. Third is data interchange and digital supply transactions. And fourth is related to deposits or inviting subscriptions. Then the fifth category, financial settlements. What is the meaning of financial settlements? Any conflicts related to money problems, any disputes related to your finances is being solved. So there are companies like PayPal company or other companies which are helping in the financial settlements they are doing. So you're a company abroad and an Indian company, you're trying to do financial arrangements, then also you become a foreign company. Web-based marketing. Web-based का मतलब क्या होता है? इंटरनेट मार्केटिंग कर रहे हो आप, इंटरनेट के थ्रू आप सर्विसेज दे रहे हो इंडिया में. It is a web-based marketing. It is a foreign company. Advisory and transactional database service products. So any advisory things that you're doing. How do you do advisory? Very good. Yes, like freelancers do. Very nice. So web-based marketing हो गया. Advisory and transactional digital supply. How are you doing that? So if you're doing any kind of telemarketing, any telemedicine, telecommuting, what is the meaning of this tele online services? So you are a person sitting in Singapore, you are a doctor in Singapore, and Indian citizens call you, give you money online, and you provide them advice or consultancy or certain medicines to be taken. So all these are your advisory, telecommuting, telemarketing, BPO kind of services, which you are actually not in India, but you are providing online services. And ninth is all related data communication services. Data के through कुछ भी आप कर रहे हो, चाहे emails, mobile, social media, cloud computing, your voice or data transmission, document management, all these kind of transactions are covered under the part of electronic. So now why I'm laying stress on each and every word? Because examiner can ask you in the definition of 3 marks, what is a foreign company? Simple, जो हमने 3 points करे. But if he asks you what is the meaning of electronic mode, 5 marks question, you have to learn it and you have to write it. It is a B2B transaction, B2C transaction, web-based marketing, advisory and consultancy, financial settlements, tele वाले में learn कर लो, telemarketing, telecommuting, telemedicine, education provide कर रहे हो. Online educations भी होता है, Udemy is providing. So Udemy is some any other companies which are set up in abroad and they're still providing education to you online services over. Or related data communication services, web-based marketing, Google, you know about Google, you search anything on Google. So web-based marketing is happening, financial settlements, all these kind of transactions if you're doing, although you're a company outside India, even if your main server is outside India, still you do any of these kind of activities in India, you will be considered as a, bolo, you will be considered as a chat box, write it down. Intelligence students, foreign company. Good. Clear with the definition of foreign company? Now, for the purpose of this clause, electronic-based offering of securities or listing of securities in the International Financial Service Center, IFSC Center, set up under Special Economic Zone Act, will not be considered as the electronic mode for the purpose of Section 2, Clause 42. What is the meaning of this line? It says, although any kind of electronic mode activities which we have done above are considered to be a foreign company. But if you're doing any electronic mode activity, any services that you're providing in the IFSC center, IFSC means International Financial Service Centers, which are set up under SEZ units. So SEZ units is part of your CA final syllabus. When you do special economic zone, certain kind of exemptions are given to the special economic zone unit. So one of the exemption in this chapter is if you have set up any IFSC center. So अगर वो कह रहे हैं कि आपने SEZ unit में कोई international financial service center करा है, तो फिर वो आपका direct linking हो रही है. It is a company incorporated outside India. Then if you are providing any services to IFSC, it will not be considered as a foreign company. Why? Because this is not covered in the electronic mode. So if there is a company which is formed in Singapore, and it has business transactions with IFSC center set up in the special economic zone in Pune, will it be a foreign company, yes or no? The answer is no. Why? Because the only exemption is given to the IFSC centers. Any center set up doing business transactions with IFSC, then you are not considered as the foreign. Clear ho gaya? Now let us read the questions from the study material also once. Although it is given under chapter 11, but it is part of chapter 22 of Companies Act. Companies incorporated outside India. So we have done the definition. Let us try to see the examples. ABC Limited, Indian company, having a foreign subsidiary, UVW, rendering satellite services will be covered under the definition of foreign company under the Companies Act. Can anyone tell me why this is a foreign company? It says, although you're an Indian company and you're having a foreign subsidiary outside India. So here you will be covered the foreign company because it is a foreign company having a place of business in India and it is doing the business in India, then it is considered as a foreign. An airline company which is operating through booking agents in India will be covered under foreign company. So there is an airline company in China. It has hired agents in Delhi for doing the booking of the tickets. So can we say China is a company incorporated outside India? Yes, ma'am. It is a company incorporated outside India. Is it having a place of business in India? Yes, ma'am. It is having a place of business in Delhi. Is it doing any booking activities? Is it doing any business? Yes, ma'am. It is doing the business. So you will call it, yes, it is a foreign company. Dhanush, first example, he is just trying to explain you that subsidiary company के point of view से समझा रहा है कि although तो company बाहर की है, but उसका place of business holding company इंडिया में है ना, तो तब भी वो foreign company मान ली जाए. So foreign subsidiaries are also considered to be foreign companies. So this is your electronic note, all the definition that we have done. And this is your special economics. Now let us try to understand various examples we are going to do. And I would also want you to write down n number of examples in your notebooks because these are the examples which are going to come up in your examples. So Zipak Limited is a shipping company which is incorporated in Japan. So company बनी कहाँ है? Japan में. Branch office कहाँ है? India में. After taking the approvals from RBI. Now this is very interesting. So if any company is formed outside India for doing anything in India, FEMA is also applicable to you. So FEMA regulations and RBI guidelines are to be followed if you want to do any branch office in India. You're setting up. So when you will understand the chapter of FEMA, there you will understand how the RBI regulations and FEMA are applicable. So branch offices are generally considered as a reflection of the parent company. So you have set up a branch office, it is a reflection of parent companies. The branch office incorporated outside India will be considered as a place of business for doing business activity and will require to follow the provisions of this chapter. What is he trying to tell you? He's simply telling you कि company Japan में है, आपने branch office India में set up करा है. You are a company outside India. You have set up office in India. Are you doing a business activity? Yes or no? Yes, you're conducting business activity in India. Then you will be considered as a foreign company. So write down example number 1. Company formed in USA. POB का मतलब समझ लेना, place of business. Having a place of business in Delhi. Not doing any business activity in India. What you will call it? Please apply the 3 basic principles of the definition and tell me whether it is a foreign company or no. Why it is not a foreign company? Miss P says not a foreign company. Almas says no. Tanu says no. What is the reason? So you will write down. Is it a company incorporated outside India? So clause A is yes, ma'am. Is it company having place of business in India? Yes, ma'am. Is it doing business activity in India? The answer is no, ma'am. So since it is not fulfilling the second criteria of the definition, therefore not a foreign. Everybody is clear upon this? Very nice. Julie, Krishan, Shuri, everybody giving the answers along. Excellent. Now write down example number 2. Example number 2 says, please children keep writing down these examples. When we are doing it with the teachers, we find the things very, very simple. But once we are revising, then these examples give you a lot of conceptual clarity in your mind. And once you have written it in your own hands, trust me, you will never forget it. Okay? लिखने से बहुत अच्छे से याद हो जाता. Yes, Dhanush, that is why we're doing these example. Company need to fulfill all these points. Then only it will become a foreign company. Okay. Now, example number 2. ABC Limited is a company formed in, where do you want to form it? Mauritius. Formed in Mauritius and registered there only. It is having no place of business in India, but it is doing online business through telemarketing. मतलब फोन पे ऑर्डर लेती है और गुड्स सेल कर देती है इंडिया में. Is it a foreign company? Yes or no? And give me the reasons also, with reasons, please. Take 2 minutes, absorb the information and tell me with reasons. Give me with reasons. So what is the first condition? Company is in India. First condition. Company incorporated outside India. Yes, ma'am. Second condition. Company is having place of business in India. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am. Through electronic mode. Go back to the definition. Read क्या करा हुआ है उसमें क्या लिखा हुआ है. It is having a place of business. No, ma'am, because it has no. Soumya says no. Answer is yes. It's wrong. Rajveer, yes. Harshada, Tanu, Rajveer, good. Jayendra. Irambi Shah, good. Julie, good. Miss P, good. Memory, no, wrong. Good, Priyanka. Dhanush, good. Yes, Soumya, good. Prithvi, Singh, Almas. Shavukta. ओके शफुक्ता ने एक और चीज इंक्लूड कर दी, अभी बताती हूँ. दिव्या, गुड. ओके, so first answer me this. So now understood place of business in India, yes, through electronic mode. Third condition बताओ children मुझे, is it doing a business activity in India, yes or no? Yes, because through telemarketing customers को sell कर रहे हैं, business to customer service हो रही है, so therefore it is a foreign company. Please tell me, anyone have any doubts in this? Now, Shagufta has raised another query, which I am going to include as example number 3. If the main server was also in Mauritius, then it will be a foreign company or no? Tell me yes or no. And Shivukta, you also tell me now. Then also, is it a foreign company, yes or no? Absolutely yes. Why? Because मेन सर्वर इंडिया में हो या ना हो उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. So even if the main server is in abroad, then also if you're doing a business activity in India, then yes, it is a foreign company. Very good. Kesapuram Kumari, good. Everybody is replying the answers so beautifully. Have you written it down? Can I raise it? Okay. Example number 4. Mr. A in Singapore formed a company and calls a person Mr. B in Delhi and sells his goods. Calls a person Mr. B in Delhi and asks him to sell his goods. Please apply the principles and the definitions, whether it is a foreign company or not. Company outside India, yes or no? Yes, ma'am. Place of business in India, है कि नहीं है? No, ma'am, but working through an agent. He's not having place of business itself, but he's having it through an agent in India. Is he doing an activity in India? Third point. Is he doing any business activity? Yes, he's doing business activity. He's selling the goods to the customer. Therefore, it is considered as a foreign. So when examiner gives you a question, you will have to write down these kind of, first you will write the definition, then you will give facts of the case, and you will give analysis and conclusion. Then you will do all these kind of analysis and then you will give your answers. Now, last 2 examples we are going to do. Example number 5. Company formed in UK having a share transfer office in India. Earlier, the shares were not just physically transferred. You used to have your share transfer or share registration offices open. So it is having a share transfer office in India. Is it a foreign company? Yes or no? The answer is yes, it is a foreign company. Please write down, if any company which is incorporated outside India, if any company which is incorporated outside India and it is having its share transfer or share registration office in India, it will be considered as a foreign company. One last case we are going to do, example number 6. Company formed in Singapore. This is also very, very important. But all important business decisions are taken up in Delhi. All board meetings are held in India. Is it a foreign company? Yes or no? Very good, Tanu. Okay, Priyanka, you can take 2 minutes for writing. I will not erase. You can write it now. But tell me this. Company formed in Singapore. All important business decisions are taken in Delhi. All board meetings are held in India. Is it a foreign company? The answer is no, it is not a foreign company. Why? Because just having business meetings or management in India will not make it a foreign company. Will not make it a foreign company. Why? Because you need to have a place of business in India. You're not doing any business activity. इसके आंसर में क्या आएगा? Company incorporated outside India? Yes. Is it having any place of business in India? No. place of business in India. कोई काम कर ही नहीं रही है ये business. Any business activity in India? No business activity in India. सिर्फ important decisions ले. So अगर आपका share transfer office, registration office India में है, then yes, you're a foreign company. But if you're just taking important business decisions, you're not doing any business in India, you're only having meetings and management in India, then it is not a foreign company. Please write it down and then I will erase these points. Any doubts? Very good, Krishan Shiri, Keshavpuram, Soumya, Divya, good. Clear? Anyone having any doubts, please let me know. Can I raise this? Okay. Now, last question, please write down in your books. PQR Private Limited, registered in Thailand. It authorizes Mr. A in India to find a customer and sell the goods in India. PQR, registered in Thailand, authorizes Mr. A to find a customer in India and sell the goods to him in India. What is required to be done? Is it a foreign company? Yes or no? Please give me the correct answer in the chat box. Clear? Through an agent, you're doing the business? Good. Tanu says, yes, ma'am, it's crystal clear. That's great. Selling through agent. Soumya says, ma'am, please repeat. PQR, formed in, kaha form kara tha? Thailand. Authorizes Mr. A to sell the goods, find the customers and sell the goods to them in India. It is having its place of business through an agent, therefore yes, and doing business activity, therefore yes, it is a foreign. Union Minister in this written reply to Rajya Sabha that 320 foreign companies are registered between 2018 to 2020. Okay, so this is just a mere information. Now let's do a small topic and then I will give you a break. Application of the Act of Foreign Companies. Now I told you children why this chapter has been made, because if you are a foreign company, then section 380 to 386 becomes applicable to all the foreign companies. So any company which is and 392 and 393, बाकी के बीच वाले sections उन्होंने remove कर आपके लिए आसान है. So what is section 379 telling you? 379 number 1 tells you one very simple thing, that what is applicable to foreign companies? Section 380 to 386, 380, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, जिसमें से हम majorly section 380 and 381 आज करेंगे class में, and rest of the sections we will do in the next class. But these sections are applicable only if you fall under the definition of section 2 clause 42. What is the second thing? Second requirement 379 tells you a very, very important topic, which says holding of the paid up share capital. We are not less than 50% of the paid up share capital. चाहे वो equity है, चाहे वो preference है. Not less than 50% means more than 50% of the paid up share capital. If it is held up by one or more Indian citizen or by one or more Indian companies or together by the citizens of India and Indian companies, whether singly or in aggregate, then such foreign company shall also comply with the provisions of Chapter 22 and such other provisions which are considered that business carried in by India will be treated up as if it is the company incorporated in India. क्या मतलब है इसका मैम? बहुत कुछ बोल दिया इसमें. Let's simplify it. ABC Limited formed in China. चाइना को क्यों ले रहे हैं हम? लाइक ABC Limited formed in Singapore, having place of business in India. Will it become a for and doing business activity? Foreign company बन गई कि नहीं बन गई? Yes, ma'am, it is a foreign company under section 2 clause 40. Now, Mr. A, Indian citizen, प्लेस ऑफ बिजनेस इंडिया में कहां पे करना है बच्चा? पुणे में कर ले. Mr. A, Indian citizen, holds more than 50% of paid up share capital in this company, or any Indian company holds more than 50% of paid up share capital in this company, then the business related to इंडियन ऑपरेशंस, जो इंडिया में कंपनी बनाई है, कौन सी बनाई है आपने? पुणे में बनाई है. In our example, we have set up in Pune. That company will be treated as what? Tell me. That company will be treated as an Indian company. Means उसको whole of the Companies Act 2013 will become applicable. कह रहे पॉइंट नंबर 1 में तो सेक्शन 380 to 386, 390 to 393 फॉरेन कंपनी को लगेंगे ही लगेंगे. बट सेकेंड केस में वो कह रहा है कि अगर एक फॉरेन कंपनी है तो वो वाले सेक्शंस तो लगने ही लगने. बट इफ यू आर एन इंडियन सिटीजन हु इज होल्डिंग more than 50% of the paid up share capital in that company which is set up in abroad, or an Indian company is holding more than 50%, then whatever business operations you are doing in India, here we have set up the Indian company in Pune, place of business in Pune, तो इस पुणे वाली कंपनी को as an Indian company treat कर लिया जाएगा. Why? Why he is doing that? Because he is saying you are an Indian citizen, you did not set up a company in India, you went abroad and he's setting up a company and more than 50% of holding you're having over here, then your Indian operations will be considered as an Indian company, and this Pune office will have to comply with all of the provisions of the chapter 22. लिख लिया था ना आपने? all of the provisions of the Chapter 22 and other provisions. So Chapter 22 is the provisions of the foreign company, but other provisions of this Act will also become applicable with regard to the business carried on in India as if it was a company incorporated. Chapter 22 deals with the legal provision for companies incorporated outside India. कहते हैं Chapter 22 तो specifically foreign companies के बारे में. Yes, कैसा अनुभव? Only for that Pune branch, not for the वो सिंगापुर वाली कंपनी. तो foreign company रहेगी, उसको तो 380, 386, 392, 393 applicable है, जो कि चैप्टर 22 के प्रोविजंस है. बट इंडियन ऑपरेशंस वाली कंपनी को होल ऑफ द कंपनीज एक्ट विल आल्सो बिकम एप्लीकेबल. लेट्स डू दिस एग्जांपल. शेयर होल्डिंग ऑफ एमआर कंपनी एलएलसी इनकॉर्पोरेटेड इन दुबई. कहां बनी है? आउटसाइड इंडिया. प्लेस ऑफ बिजनेस कहां है? इन इंडिया. हिंदुजा कंपनी लिमिटेड इंडियन कंपनी होल्ड कर रही है 26% होल्डिंग. विशाली इंडियन कंपनी होल्ड कर रही है 25%. 26 प्लस 25 कितना हुआ बच्चा? 51%. रिमेनिंग दुबई के सिटीजन होल्ड कर रहे हैं. कैन वी से टुगेदर सिंगली और इन एग्रीगेट इंडियन कंपनीज होल्डिंग मोर देन 50%? यस मैम. देयरफॉर with respect to the company incorporated India, it will be treated as an Indian company. It will be required to comply with other provisions of the Act as well, along with the Chapter 22. With regard to the business carried on by India, सिर्फ जो इंडिया में आप बिजनेस कर रहे हो उसके लिए you will be required to carry on the business. Yes, definitely, Miss Rekha, you will get. Is that clear? So in 1 hour, we have done exclusive definition of section 2, clause 42, that is foreign company. We have discussed section 379, two clauses. So I give you a 10 minutes break over here and then just go through this. 15 minutes break de dijiye ma'am. Bye Priyanka. Itni lambi break nahi milegi. Let's take a 10 minutes break and then we will get back to our questions. So we are taking a break here. Welcome back, students. All right. I hope you have read what we have done till now. Let us see the topic from the presentation itself also. Are you all back? So before we proceed ahead, yes, Mohammed Farhan, you want to ask something? Yeah. You want to ask something? All right. You can type your query in the chat box, Mohammed Farhan. So, a question to the class is, if you come to India, you are a foreign, you have set up a company abroad, and you come to India to pick up money from India in the name of securities or deposits from Indian citizens. Means you're issuing securities or you're taking deposits from Indian citizens. Then what will it be considered? Is it a foreign company or not? If you're inviting or accepting any kind of deposits or subscriptions from India. Will you be considered as a foreign company? Definitely, correct. If you're any intermediaries who have come in between to do financial settlements, is it a foreign company? Definitely, yes. Priyanka Pandey, FEMA is a separate act. It relates to Foreign Exchange Management Regulation Act. So you will be doing that act separately. This is a separate act. Nidhi is asking, ma'am, page number 11.3. What do you want me to explain on page number 11.3, Nidhi? What have you not understood on page number 11.3? Which facts are you saying? So I told you this is simply telling you an information that till now 320 foreign companies have been registered in India. Okay. All right. So what is the applicability we have just done? More than 50. This is now a simpler version of the notes for all of you. 50% of the share capital held by Indian citizens or body corporate. If an Indian company is holding more than 50% of the share capital in a foreign company, how will you apply the provisions of Section 379? You will say then with respect to all the business carried on in India, it will be treated as a company incorporated in India, and provisions of Chapter 22 and other provisions of this Act will become applicable to it. Miss Rekha, all the notes have been uploaded on the portal. Please, you can connect with the admin and you can check with them and you will get the notes of this chapter also. Don't worry, okay? Now let's come to a very, very important section, that is section 380, documents, etc. to be delivered to the registrar by foreign companies. So now what is happening? You are a foreign company. Krishan Shiri, then they will be called, although you are a foreign company, but for that Indian operation, you will be, yes, treated as an Indian company. Okay? जहाँ पे 50% वाली condition is being met only in that very case. Now, children, you are a company formed in USA and you set up an office in Delhi. So you have become a foreign company. Now, since you are a foreign company, why we made this chapter? Because we want to apply Companies Act 2013 to you. We want that some part of the Companies Act 2013 should be applicable on you also, because you are a company which is having a place of business in India. Now, for the first time, you have come and you have opened your office in Say, for example, you open your office in Pune, not in Delhi. You have opened your office in Pune. So section 380 says, the moment you open up your place of business in India, within 30 days of opening your place of India, you need to get yourself registered with the ROC. Now, for this foreign company, it is mandatory to get itself registered with the Delhi ROC. Even if you have opened up an office in Mumbai, you will not go to Mumbai ROC. Even if you have opened up office in Punjab, you will not go to Punjab ROC. You have to get registered yourself to the Delhi ROC. And within how many days you will have to get yourself registered? Within 30 days. So company in USA opened up an office in Pune. First time you're opening your office, within 30 days, you will have to register yourself with the Delhi ROC. Clear? Every foreign company within 30 days of establishing its place of business needs to get itself registered with the registrar. Now, what all needs to be given? Now, you remember your chapter of incorporation of companies? Okay. Why Delhi ROC? So, Miss P, why Delhi ROC means? Why Delhi ROC? It means that it is the law which is telling you that whenever a foreign company is coming, it will have to get itself registered with the Delhi ROC. So they have given you the power to register yourself with the Delhi main ROC. POB anywhere in India should register? Yes. Kesavpuram, anywhere you're opening up your office in India, you will have to get registered in Delhi ROC. Clear? Now, the way you have studied about incorporation of companies, how the company is incorporated, what all documents you take to the ROC, similarly, you will be taking certain documents to the ROC. Number one is to Delhi ROC. Number two point is with the 30 days. So, number one thing is certified copy of the charter, statutes, memorandum and articles. What is the meaning of memorandum and articles? So, now when I word, aapko aata bhi hai. What is the meaning of memorandum and articles? Tell me. Reply in the chat box. Yes. Very good. Memorandum is the main charter of the company. Excellent. And articles of association, what is that? Very nice. All the rules and regulations that you tell. Just a second. Are the students there on the portal also? Let me just see. Rules and regulations, objectives. Very nice. Keshapuram, Anubhav, Almas, Soumya, Divya, Priyanshi. Good answers. So all these memorandum as well as articles, the copy of memorandum and articles needs to be deposited with the RO office. So what do you understand by the word certified copy? What do you understand by the word certified copy? Now you have opened up an office in USA, then okay, fine, they're having English only over there. Or maybe you have opened up an office in, let's say, Russia. So now your memorandum and articles are in Russian language. But Delhi ROC will not understand Russian language unless and until you have somebody sitting over there with this language. So you have to give a certified copy translated in the English language. So it is very, very important that you get your copy translate into English language. And anyone who is a good translator, has knowledge about this, will certify it. Signed copy to hona hi chahiye. That's correct. Rajveer, that's good. Signed to hona hi chahiye. But at the same time, it should be a certified copies means that you should make it sure that it is translated into English. So number one point is the moment you open the office in India, within 30 days, you will get yourself registered. And you have to comply with FEMA and RBI regulations. That is a separate story. Somebody is still asking about that. So FEMA and RBI has to be complied. Certified means verified. Very good, Tanu. So it has to be verified. Full address of the registered office has to be given. So whatever is your office where you're setting up, one is your kahan pe set up kara tha humne USA mein, that address the office has to be given, and the one address that you have in Pune has to be given. Who all are your directors and secretary of the company? Their names, address, everything needs to be given to the RS. As you have been giving the information in Companies Act, similarly you have to give for the foreign companies. The name and address of the person resident in India. Now, this is very important. ये मैं आपको अलग से बताती हूँ अभी इसके बारे में. Full address of principal place of business in India. Here you are talking about the address of USA office. Here you are talking about the address of Pune office. Particulars of opening and closing of a place of business on earlier occasions. So now, children, this USA company has set up office earlier also in Mumbai or Gujarat or Ahmedabad, but then it closed its office. So if you have been opening and closing the previous offices also, please give the information about that office. So any offices that you have opened or closed earlier occasion means pehle agar kabhi kara hai, that also you need to give. Declaration has to be given. Now, what is the declaration? That none of the directors or the authorized representative have been convicted or debarred from forming the company and management in India or abroad. So if you have directors A, B and C are the directors of the company, and there is Mr. D who is an authorized representative, you have to give declaration that these directors and this authorized representative were never put behind the bars. They have never been put into jail, और दे आर नॉट डिबार्ड फ्रॉम दी फॉर्मेशन. मतलब इन्होंने कभी भी कोई गलती नहीं करी है, कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं करा है जिसकी वजह से दे हैव बीन डिबार्ड फ्रॉम फॉर्मिंग द कंपनी, नीदर इन अब्रॉड नॉर इन इंडिया. So first is certified copy of MOA, AOA. Second is full address of US office. Third is list of directors and secretary. Fourth is full address of Pune. Fifth is opening and closing of the previous places. Sixth is declaration that they have not been convicted. Seventh is any document which the foreign company is required to deliver to the register has to be given to the New Delhi registration. मैंने बताई दी आपको, New Delhi में ही आपने देना है. If any foreign company, 8th point, ceases to have its office, ceases means stop having its office, means it no longer has its office, it will give a notice to the registrar, and from the date the obligation of the company to deliver the documents will cease, provided it has no other place of business in India. So company which was formed in USA was having a place of business in Pune. Please within 30 days get yourself registered with the LDRs. सबको समझ आता है. Now, no office in Pune. It's closed. Give notice to ROC. It's closed. But if still office in Delhi or Punjab or Gujarat, then do you need to give the notice? No. Then no notice is required to be given if you still have office in other places in India. Any alteration in the documents? अच्छा, ये भी अलग से पढ़ते हैं alteration वाला point. Now let's jump to a very, very important point. Name and address of the person, one or more persons resident in India authorized to accept on behalf of the company any notices to be served on the company. Now tell me one thing, children. There is Mr. John who has formed a company in US. And through cloud computing, he is doing business in India. Can we say the company formed in USA, MR, LLC, is it a foreign company? Yes or no? Please मुझे why जरूर बता देना अगर yes कहोगे तो why. Yes राजवीर, yes तो ठीक है but why? Yes, Soumya, very good. Miss P, because through electronic mode, he is said to have formed the company. Very good, Jayandra, Tanu, Nidhi, everybody. But paper में कैसे लिखना है? Point number 1, company formed outside India, yes. Having a place of business in India, yes. Not place of business in India. It is doing through cloud computing. That means not physical place of business, but online place of business, electronic mode. He has set up a business in India. Therefore, yes, it is a foreign company. Now, हम समझने क्या चाहते हैं? So cloud computing से is doing business. It's a foreign company. So फिर section 380 apply हो जाएगा. Yes, ma'am. He need to get himself registered within 30 days of having this kind of business in India with Delhi ROC. बिल्कुल ठीक. अब, don't you think that if ROC wants to send any documents or any exchange of information needs to be done? In USA, when you have night, we have day. Do you know this thing? Our timing gaps are there. With different countries, we have a different time gap. So what is the timing in USA right now? Can anyone tell me? Google it out. क्या टाइम है अभी यूएसए में? जल्दी बताओ. Yes, Priyanka Pandey, very good. Good points. Soumya, good. What is the time in USA right now? Can anyone tell me? We are doing foreign company and we're talking about a company 10 a.m. So good, Miss P. If I want 350, somebody saying 9:59. So 10 is an average. 10 p.m. keh rahe ho aap, Soumya, very bad. It's a.m. We have opposite timings from you. Okay. So almost around 15 hours difference we have. 12 to 14 hours difference. So if 10 a.m. is the timing over there and they want to do any meeting with me, it's okay. It's okay, Soumya. And if they want to do any meeting with me after 2 hours, so it will be 12 noon for them. And for me, it will be, I think the time is now 8, around 8. So it will be 10 p.m. for me. So don't you think it will be difficult for me to sit and do the meeting because there is a time gap? So there can be any other reasons also that the company which is in USA, ROC might want to interact somebody who is present over here in India also. So therefore, point number 4 says that please give us the name and address of one or more person whom we are going to treat as authorized persons who should be a resident in India. India में रहने वाला होना चाहिए. Okay. Who should be a resident in India, so that the correspondence by the ROC and other government officials, it becomes easy for them to correspond with the foreign company. So you have to give name and address or the names and addresses of one or more person. So authorized person can be one or more, and he should be a resident in India. Any notice or document which is sent to this person, it will be treated as if it is sent to the foreign company. Please write this point down. One or more persons can be acting as authorized persons. Very good. He should be a resident in India. Yes, ma'am, he should be a resident in India. And any notice which is to be sent to this, it will be treated as if it is sent to the foreign company. Clear हो गया? So if this John has appointed Mr. Ram in Pune as authorized person, so his name and address will be given. So we need to give his name and address to ROC. And suppose income tax department sends any notice to Ram. Can John say that I didn't get it? Can he say that I have not received the notice because you have sent it to Ram? What will know? Very good. Because it will be assumed that it has been served on the company. Children, law is very, very simple and interesting. The only thing is, if you try to understand the way we try to tell you, the way you understand it with the help of stories, form these kind of imaginative stories in your mind. कि आपने कंपनी बनाई है, यूएसए में है, प्लेस ऑफ बिजनेस यहाँ है, कैसे काम हो रहा होगा. ध्यान से लॉजिकली सोच के करोगे तो इट इज वेरी वेरी सिंपल. Whichever chapter you're doing. If you're in registration of charges, just get involved in that chapter that you have taken a loan and you need to get it self-registered, the security. If you're in prospectus, imagine yourself, you're a company and you're in a hunger and need of money, whether you're a public company, how you will raise money. If you're a private company, how will you raise money? So put yourself inside the books, go deep into that. That is the beauty of law. When you fall in love with the subject, it becomes very, very simple and easy for you, trust me. But the moment you open your book and you say, oh my God, इतना सारा पढ़ना पड़ेगा, accounts of companies में समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है, तो फिर समझ आएगा ही नहीं. Why? Because you have sent negative signals to yourself. But if I open up and I say, okay, fine, NGT and accounts are very lengthy, but I know the chapters which are a little smaller, I've done them confidently and I'm quite confident about it. So you start feeling happy and positive about your own preparations and sleeps. All right. So be happy whenever you're studying. It happens when you're an intermediate student. Many times you feel so much stressed out that too much of syllabus is there. And yes, it's okay to forget out the things at times. We are not robots that we can retain everything at a single point of time. But repetition helps you to give your paper very well. It's very, very scory paper. In law, you can easily get exemption. You can score above 60 also. You can score around 70 or 80 marks in law if you have prepared well. So fall in love with your subject. Khush hokar padha karo wherever you have to study. Wear a smile on your face and then open the books and you see representative information, principal place, opening and closing of business, and any person should not have been convicted or debarred. Is that clear? I hope my voice is clear to everyone. Okay. And New Delhi jurisdiction registrar, you have to go. And if it stops to have the business, then again you need to give the notice that this business no longer exists. Now, all this information has to be given in form number FC1 form. So since we are in the topic of foreign companies, so what abbreviations we are going to use? It will be FC1 form. So let me just take out FC1 form and show it to you. So this is your FC1 form. FC1 form rules 6, 17 and 18, which I'm going to show you these rules from the study material also. So Secretary of Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs, Foreign Division, New Delhi, you have to address it to the New Delhi office. Intimation to the CG of receipt of foreign contribution by way of gifts. You have got any contributions that you have received, name of the recipient, date of birth, permanent account number. I hope you're in the correct form. Form FC1. Aadhaar card, details of all these things have to be given. This is your foreign contribution for the company's name of the applicant, address, telephone number, all the description has to be given, securities that you have taken up. Here it is talking about other kind of informations that you need to provide. Let me just check out. I have opened it, the correct form. I think this was FC11 form. That was FC11 form, children. Let me show you FC1. So this is the kit form for FC1. The instructions to fill the FC1 needs. This is correct. So what is the name of your foreign company which you have registered, the principal office? You have read about this. Main division of business activity to be carried. Division of the main division. Particulars where you're going to carry on the business. Closure of such business. I told you any opening and closing of the business has to be given. Who is this? Details of one or more persons resident in India. Here you're giving the details of the authorized representative. So this instructions information has to be filled in by the foreign companies. This I have taken directly from the MCA website. You can go and search over here. DIN number, permanent account number. Verify the PAN, other identity proofs you have to give. And then stamp duty related issues, power of attorney. So this is your simple procedure, but those are the basic details that you need to see how the FC1 form needs to be filled in. And above the form, certain instructions are given. What is the purpose of this form? What is the law which is governing? Important check lines before filling the form. And what you have to read is pursuant to section 380 subsection 1 clause H, read with rule 3 of the foreign companies rule. Within 30 days, you need to fill this form number FC1. The form is to be filled at Delhi ROC and the copy to be given to the concerned ROC by the system. So they will themselves automatically send it to the corresponding state ROC. And if you click over here, it will directly take you to the links of the acts where section 380 is given. You can refer to the acts over here on the MCA website. Children, if you'll see the entire Companies Act, the way it is given over here, has been nicely framed and given in your study materials. Let me just show you something more over here. So these are the basic schedules. They have given it till here only. It should be chapter 22 in order to go for the end. See, can you read chapter 22, companies incorporated outside India? So the Bear Act, this is your Bear Act, and this is section 380 that we are reading, and it is exactly similarly the way it has been given in your study material. So it's given over here. Every foreign company within 30 days have to give the statutes of memorandum, articles, principal place of the business, directors list, authorized representative. बिल्कुल वैसे का वैसे दिया हुआ है जैसा कि हमने अभी एक्ट में पढ़ा है. As may prescribed में आपने देख ही लिया. Name, father's name, date of birth, residential address, passport details. So all these details that you have seen in the form also. Then number, corporate identity. But what we have to learn, study material has been made briefly for your understanding and additional points that they have taken, so that simply you can learn it from the examination point of view. Now, this is another interesting point. I will take this point from here only. Where any alteration, what is the meaning of alteration? Any additions or deletions that you are making in the changes in the company. The foreign company within 30 days of such alteration needs to file a return of the alteration in the prescribed form. So here FC2 form is going to be used where any changes are being made in the personal name or surname, father's name's address was not correct, or date of birth or anything that you want to give as a changes, then you need to give this alteration also in the certified form. I think law में थोड़ा सा आपको easy लगता है from the presentation. So let's go over here. So any alteration, this is the point that I was reading in the act. Any alteration in the documents which is happening, that should also be given within 30 days. In FC2 form, you will have to give this alteration to the registrar of company. Yes, it's written New Delhi. So that is only we have to learn, Priyanka. From which 30 days? Dhanush says from which 30 days? So 1st April 2024, you opened up an office in Pune. So when will you get yourself registered? You're a foreign company and you are registered in USA and you have opened up your office on 1st April 2024. So by when you will go and get yourself registered with ROC? Tell me. Tell me, Dhanush, 30 days from 1st April, the date when you have opened up the place of business. So here it is written 30 days of establishing your place of business in India, you will have to get yourself registered. Yes, absolutely. Within 30th April or within 1st May. By 1st May, Munisha, very good. Priyanka Pandey, Rajveer, good. So these are the 7 points which we have done in detail. FC1 form also you have seen. See, these are all the details prescribed from. अभी आपने एक्ट में भी देखा ना, ये सारे पॉइंट्स उसने बताया आपको लिखे होने चाहिए. Income tax account number, PAN number, DIN number, membership number, email ID. Person resident in India, ये कौन है? Authorized representative. Full address of the office of the company, declaration, opening and closing. Procedure and filing the application. The above information has to be given within 30 days of the establishing the place of business. In which form it has to be given? Tell me, children. FC1 form. Also, along with FC1 form, very important, you have to give the attested copy of approval of RBI under FEMA Act and Regulation that yes, before opening up the office in India, we have taken the permission from the Reserve Bank of India. So this is FC1 form. इसके साथ आप क्या चिपका कर दोगे? Approval of the RBI's copy under FEMA Regulations Act. Office where the document is to be delivered. According to Companies Act, any foreign company is to be given to the jurisdiction of New Delhi. I hope you all have found this point of New Delhi and it is clear to everyone. If the foreign company ceases to have its place of business, then what will it do? It will have to give the notice to the registrar. If the existing under the Companies Act, which is not delivered to the registrar, the particulars, then it shall continue to be delivering those documents. So if you have already registered and Companies Act 2013 came up and you were under the Companies Act 1956, then please oblige and deliver those documents now. Form and procedure for delivering the alteration. This is what I was teaching you, children. Very important point. Alteration का मतलब क्या होता है? Any changes that you try to make in the concern. So any change of place of business you are making, then again within 30 days of such alteration, you will have to intimate the ROC. And in which form you will intimate the alteration? Tell me. FC2 has to be filed along with the fees. Clear? Easy hai? Are you finding foreign companies easy or tough? Tell me. Very good, Nidhi. Kirti, good. Is it interesting? Well done. Good. Manisha, I just said that if you're having any alteration, then you will have to file FC2 form. Any changes if you're doing, then a return in FC2 form has to be filled. FC2 form भी मैं अभी आपको दिखा दूंगी. पहले ये वाला क्वेश्चन करते हैं. Now we are going to do illustration 1 and you are required to answer me in the chat box the way you're going to answer this question in exam. Search and Find PT Limited is incorporated in Singapore. Through electronic mode, the company is selling its goods in India. However, it has no branch office in India. Is the company required to submit the documents under Section 380 of the Companies Act? Now, why I say it is important in CA Intermediate to learn the sections, because if examiner is writing Section 380, तो अगर आपने सेक्शन लर्न ही नहीं करा तो आपको कैसे पता लगेगा कि सेक्शन 380 क्या कह रही है? व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन ट्राइंग टू टेल यू? ही इज सेइंग योर कंपनी इन सिंगापुर, you are doing business in India without having any branch office means online mode you're having. So you will have to write the definition of section 2 clause 42. Thank you so much, Priyanka Pandey. I'm so happy to read that you have written such a beautiful comment. God bless you all. That's very nice. Yes, electronic mode conducting business. That's absolutely correct. So what is the definition of section 2 clause 42? First, we have to write that whether it is a company incorporated outside India. If you have set up a business in India through electronic mode, yes, you're doing business in India, then yes, it is a foreign company. Has a place of business in India, whether through electronic mode, conducting business activity, therefore, yes, it will be considered as a foreign company. Now, what is the examiner asking you? He's asking you, are you required to give the documents? Since it is a foreign company, therefore, yes, it is required to submit the documents given under section 380 of the Companies Act. Now, my question to the class is this illustration one asking you to write down what all documents are required under 380 or what was the basic question? क्या पूछ रहा है? अगर मैं पेपर में बैठी होती और सेक्शन 380 आता मेरे सामने तो मुझे समझ आ जाता कि ये तो सेक्शन 380 के रिक्वायरमेंट्स पूछ रहा है तो मुझे वो डॉक्यूमेंट्स लिखने हैं. सो व्हाट इज इट आस्किंग यू? थैंक यू सो मच खुशी मेहरा. आई एम ग्लैड यू आर फाइंडिंग द टीचिंग इजी, सो दैट्स गुड. Yes, Krishna Shri, very nice answer. Yes, Rajveer, it is asking whether it is a foreign company or not. Very good, Miss P, Priyanka, Harshita, Soumya, excellent. So please read the questions very carefully in the exam. We have to understand what is the requirement. Many a times this question children will read, they will write, yes, it is a foreign company and they will give 7-8 points of section 380. He's not asking you this. He's asking you to do the analysis of section 2 clause 42, the way they have done in the answer. You have to do like that. Clear? Everyone is clear about this question? Okay, let me see if we have certain examination questions for you so that we can revise certain questions also. All right. So I'm going to give you a question and then yes, Ms. P, 380 is applicable when you open the office place of business in India. So within 30 days, you will have to comply with section 380. Yes, Iram B. Shah, that's good. That means you've understood, correct. Yes, Priyanka Pandey, electronic mode is always to confuse you and we have more questions to confuse you. So there's a test that I'm going to take. Please read this question carefully. I give you 5 minutes and solve this answer and write the answer in the chat box. Very nice answers written by Priyanka Pandey, Harshita, Krishan Shri. Very good. Well tried. Almas, Yash, Rajveer Ray. Prithvi Singh, that's good, but you should have elaborated the answer. Jayendra, nice. Memory, Priyanshi Tak, Keshapuram, Julie Kumari, nice. Yes, Nidhi, good, but you should have elaborated. Soumya, Tanu, very nice. Everybody has almost answered. Shagufta, nice, but you should have elaborated. Miss P, nice elaborative answer. So you have understood it. Still, for those who are watching us live on YouTube, I will explain this question so that nobody is left unanswered. So Zian is an Indian citizen holding 25% of the paid-up share capital. Company is incorporated in Singapore with a paid-up share capital of 10 million. And an Indian company is holding 30%. So Indian citizen is holding, and along with that, Indian company is holding. Together, they are holding more than 50% of the share capital in the foreign company. So what advice you would like to give them? Will simply tell them that along with Chapter 22 provisions, the entire provisions of the Companies Act will become applicable to the Indian operations. Now, the major part, how you have to write the answer. Exam mein why we don't get marks in spite of knowing the answers is because we don't know how to write the answers. Rambi, Priyanka, good. All right, Priyanka, don't worry. I've read your message and we'll try to incorporate that as well. Whose subsidiary, ma'am, but whose subsidiary it will become? Okay, Dhanush, here we are not discussing about the holding and subsidiary relationship. Here we are trying to understand about the how do you become a foreign company and what is the implication of that if an Indian citizen is holding more than 50% of the shares. So 376, 379 section has to be applied over here. Okay. So how you have to write the answer? The first point will be provisions of the law. So under section 2 clause 42, foreign company is defined having a place in business in India through agent, physically or electronic mode, and doing business activity in India. Then yes, it becomes a foreign company. Place of business also includes share transfer or registration office. I made you write down this in points also. Further, section 379 says that 50% of the shares held by any one of them, Indian citizen or Indian company, singly or aggregate, then in respect of it, Indian business, the chapters, provisions of chapter 22 as well as the whole of the act will become as if it is an Indian company. Then you will give facts of the case. What is given in this case? That it is a Singapore company having a place in New Delhi. Therefore, it is a foreign company. Since they are together holding the share more than 50%, so together they are holding 55% of the share. This is just the facts of the company. Now you have to give conclusion. What is the conclusion? Since it is a foreign company and because of the holding of more than 5%, it will be covered under second part of section 379. Yes, Kesapuram, that's why I'm telling you how you have to write the answers. So now you know that you are covered under 379. Application, ये देखो अब मैंने clearly आपके लिए लिख दिया जो आपका doubt था. Under section 379, application of Companies Act on law and will only be in respect to the business carried in India and not in relation to its business anywhere outside India. This company in Singapore जो आपने form करी है उसके लिए Indian company नहीं मान रहा है. For the Indian operations, you will be treated as an Indian company. Why? Because you're holding the shares more than 50%. ये तो हो गया आपका आंसर 379 जो आप सबने मुझे बता दिया कंक्लूजन. अब एक बार दोबारा लेट्स गो ऑन द क्वेश्चन एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज ही आस्किंग. Seek your advice. What formalities it would need to do under the Companies Act? So all my dear students read about 25 and 30% and they answered about 379. Here he did not question you about 380, but don't you know that under section 380 also he needs to get himself registered also? Won't you advise him about this? So this is additional information which we can give them. No requirement of giving the all the list of documents. Now this thing depends. If this question was for 7 marks, then I will have to write all the list of documents under 380 also. If this was for 3 marks, then this much information is sufficient. I don't have to go beyond this. This is not required. If it is for 5 marks, then I will mention about section 380, but no need to give the requirement of the documents. But it has given you the entire requirement. All these documents also needs to be registered with the ROC. And with which ROC you will file it? Delhi ROC. Very nice. Clear? All right. You want to do one more question? Let me see if we can do one more question. Okay, we have a very, very interesting question for you. Now, this is a very detailed oriented question. Here you have to do a complete analysis whether it is a foreign company or not. So let us quickly solve this question and then I'll give you some time in between. A company which is incorporated outside India and registered in Moscow. Russia has installed its main server in Moscow and it is maintaining office automation by cloud computing for its clients in India. Whether it is a foreign company or not, please analyze the first case and let me know in the chat box. Absolutely correct. Everyone has given the correct answer. So yes, it is a foreign company. How do we need to express ourselves? As per the facts, the company is registered in Russia. It has its main server also outside India. It does not matter whether the main server is in India or not, but it is doing cloud computing. Therefore, a place of business has been established through electronic mode. Hence, it is a foreign. You will write down this line that main server is in India or not. It will not matter. Second is a company which is incorporated outside India, employs agent in India, but has no place of business in India. Again, very, very simple. Second is yes or no? Yes, it is a foreign. No place in India, no foreign company. क्यों लिख रहे हो गलत? Agent तो है ना? So yes, it is a foreign company incorporated outside and registered in Australia. It has authorized Mr. X to source customers and enter into contracts on behalf of the company. इसका yes है, इसका भी yes है. थर्ड का क्या है? Yes or no? Very good. Third is also yes, because again through an agent. Fourth, company incorporated register in Mauritius. All the business, financial strategy, important decisions and board meetings are being held in India. Is it a foreign company or not? The answer for fourth is no. Why? Because if just the business decisions are being taken up and you're not doing any business, executing business models, financial strategies, then it is not conducting business activity. Therefore, it does not comply with the requirement of foreign. Is that clear, students, to all of you? Three 93 we have not done. Otherwise, you could have done this questions. So let's do section 393 first. Company's failure to comply with the provisions of this chapter will not affect the validity of the contracts. It says if you fail to comply with chapter 22 of the Companies Act, then any contracts that you have entered will not be affected, which are transactions by the company or its liability to sue. However, the company will not be entitled to file any case or set off or counterclaim for any contracts dealing until the company has complied with the applicable provisions of this Companies Act. So it's basically trying to tell you that what happens if the company fails to comply with the provisions of this chapter. Okay. Manisha, which point you have not understood? Are you talking about the fourth point, Manisha? So in the fourth point, although it is outside India, but it is not doing any business activity in India. That's why it is not a foreign company. It's only taking the business decisions. It's not doing any business in India. All right. So 393 simply tells you that if you are complying with the provisions of the Companies Act, then it is not going to affect the validity. So let me just give you one more question trial. Read this question very carefully and I'm going to explain you how you have to complete this question. Why this is hiding the screen share? Yes. I hope everyone is doing this question. 5 students have already done it. I'm looking into your answers. It is easy, but yes, you need to apply some brain. So it is a foreign company incorporated in Japan, having a branch office in Hyderabad. Again, Indian citizen is holding preference shares. Does it matter if I'm holding preference shares or equity shares? What is included? Both or only one? Both are included. Very nice. Just a second, let me read your answers first. Excellent answers given by each one of you. And if you're having 10% of the equity share capital, so how much share capital I'm holding? How much is the total share capital that he is holding? Total percentage? Very nice answer, Priyanka Pandey. Nidhi, good. Vemery, Rajveer, yes, both are included. That's correct. Total 55%, good. Here we need to comply with the Indian operations. Absolutely correct. This P, Iram, Pooja, Krishna Shri, all of you, good. So since you're having more than 55% of the paid up share capital if you're holding, during the financial year, there has been alteration in the particulars. यहाँ पर तक तो हमें सबको समझ आ गया कि इंडियन सिटीजन की बात हो रही है and Indian operations की बात. During the financial year, there has been alteration in the particulars mentioned under 380 and company has failed to submit the alterations to the register. What is the applicability of law if you have not complied with this? What will happen if you have not complied with this law? It cannot claim set off. It cannot make counterclaim. Very good, Miss Harshita. So here, Section 393 will become applicable, जो कि मैंने अभी आपको ये question show करने से पहले दिखाया ही था. So how are you going to write it? You will write the applicability of Section 379. You will explain it, how it happens. Section 393 says any failure to comply with Chapter 22 will not affect the validity of the contract, provided you have complied with the provisions of the Act applicable. So what will be the analysis and conclusion? The provisions of the Companies Act on Z Limited, since it is having an aggregate of share capital held, Companies Act 2013 will apply on the Indian company. It will be treated as an Indian company, and on the Indian business, this act will become applicable. However, there has been violation of 380. क्यों हुआ violation of 380? कौन सा फॉर्म फाइल करना था? FC2 फॉर्म फाइल करना था for the alteration within 30 days. It has failed to comply with that. Therefore, as per Section 393, validity of any contract will not be affected. Company shall not be entitled to file any suit until it has complied with the relevant provisions. Means, आपने provisions के साथ ही comply नहीं करा, तो आप case file नहीं कर सकते. It will not affect the validity of any contract documents not applied. FC2 form will have to be filled. Yes, Nidhi, your answer is right. All of you are giving right answers, and I'm feeling so happy and proud of all my students. Well done. So we have done number of questions. Now we'll just do a small section and then we'll wind up the class. Let us do, since we have time, we can do one more section. That is section number 381. So section 380, we have already completed. The above information has to be given in FC1 form. Along with FC1 form, what else needs to be given? Approval from the Reserve Bank of India under FEMA. If you stop to have the place of business, then again you need to give the notice to the registrar. ये वाले questions MCQ में they can ask. Now, accounts of foreign companies, section 381. every foreign company in every calendar year, what is calendar year? Jan to December, they are going to make a balance sheet and profit and loss account with regard to all the documents, financials. They will also make a balance sheet and profit and loss account and deliver a copy of these documents to the registrar. Now, you are a foreign company, you are setting up a business abroad. Although you are doing a business in India also, but you need to give a copy of your financials in India also. अच्छा, एक फॉरेन कंपनी का और दिमाग में आ रहा है, ये भी प्लीज बताना मुझे. जॉन सेट्स अप अ कंपनी इन इंडिया. जॉन फ्रॉम USA sets up a company in India in Delhi and doing business activity in India. Is it a foreign company? Yes or no? बड़ी जल्दी लिख दिया. नो मैम. बाय प्लेस ऑफ बिजनेस. हाँ, शगुफ्ता कह रही है यस. प्लेस ऑफ बिजनेस इन इंडिया है. Oh, Priyanka, oh my God. I tried to confuse you and you got confused. So only my dear students who have given no as the correct answer. Why did you say yes? The Rajveer, no, it's wrong. Very good, Arshida. Because it's not incorporated. ये तो simple Indian company है भाई. अब विदेशी ने आकर अगर इंडिया में कंपनी बना दी थोड़ा थोड़ा फॉरेन कंपनी हो जाएगी. मैंने आपको जानबूझकर कहा जॉन फ्रॉम यूएस से. तो यूएसए सिटीजन भी अगर इंडिया में कंपनी बनाता है तो इट इज एन इंडियन कंपनी ओनली. Just because you are a US citizen and you make a company in India will not make it an foreign company. एक और एग्जांपल जहां पे आपने 6-7 एग्जांपल्स नोट करे थे ना, प्लीज बेटा उसमें नोट डाउन दिस एग्जांपल आल्सो. Another example, Mr. Sham went to Singapore, Australia based, Australia, and he sets up a company there and is doing business in abroad in USA as well as Australia. Is it a foreign company? Yes or no? अपनी गड़बड़ करेंगे. हाँ, अब सभी ने आंसर दिया. सिटीजन एंड कंपनी सेपरेट. गुड प्रियंका, वेरी नाइस. Shagufta, good. Now correct. No ma'am. Why? Because just being an Indian citizen setting up a company in abroad will not make it. You need to have a business activity in India or a place of business in India, then only you become a foreign company. So very good student. Each and every point from all the examination question papers also and other examples also we have covered. So I'm sure now there is no doubt in the definition part because ये important questions आते ही आते हैं either in MCQ or 3 marks question definitely come related to section 2 clause 1. So let's have a quick reading of section 381 also. So balance sheet and profit and loss account dena hai and these documents are to be given to the registrar. Central government can direct any foreign company the requirements of A, that is balance sheet and profit and loss, not to be applied if there are certain exemptions and modifications. So sometimes there is consolidated financial statements, Indian companies making your accounts, then CG may exempt you from preparing these accounts. Number 2, if these accounts are not in English, then please get a certified copy because ROC will not understand Russian or French or any other language. We need a certified copy in English. Thank you so much, Kesapuram. I'm glad you're enjoying the session. Thank you. And along with the other documents, foreign company need to send a list of business established by the foreign company on India in the form FC3. What was FC1? Documents to be submitted to ROC within 30 days. What was FC2? Alteration, if any, within 30 days with ROC. What is FC3? Any change in place of business. You are opening new businesses in India. On the date of balance sheet, all the list of businesses that you're having in India have to be given in FC3 form to the ROC. After that, foreign company will prepare financial of its Indian operations according to Schedule 3. So Schedule 3 that we have been following. For each financial year, you need to follow that. All the documents have to be given the way you do the documents of accounts of companies. All the documents needs to be attached. The only important point over here is CFS needs to be prepared. Consolidated financial statements needs to be prepared. And along with CFS, a related party transaction, repatriation of profits, and statement of transfer of funds will also be given. Now, what is the meaning of repatriation of profits? Now, this is also again very, very detailed topic. So I will just talk briefly because I'll have to start section 381 again in the new class also. So quickly tell me what is the meaning of financial year? Jaldi se mujhe revise kar lete hain hum apni definition because we're going to talk about financial year. What is the meaning of financial year? You can raise your hands and you can answer me. Yes, Priyanka.
गुड इवनिंग
Good evening.
मैम फाइनेंशियल ईयर है जो हमारा 1 अप्रैल से स्टार्ट होकर नेक्स्ट ईयर के 31 मार्च को एंड होता है.
So what happens in the definition of financial year? If the company is incorporated on or after
1 अप्रैल of the yes मैम.
If the company is incorporated on or after 1st January, then what happens?
Ma'am, then next year 31st March of next year.
Yes, then 31st March, year ending 31st March of the following year, it will be considered as the year end. Very good. Good, Priyanka. So everybody simultaneously written in the chat box also the same thing. So why this definition is important? Because if you have a foreign company and they're following a different financial year, then you might have to take an exemption from the central government that yes, we can follow the similar kind of year as the foreign company is following. Okay? All right. Good, Priyanka.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, anybody else wants to ask anything or raise hands for if you have any queries for section 379 or section 380? So you can raise your hands and ask your questions if you want to ask anything. Priyanka, you want to ask anything? Thank you so much.
No, ma'am. No
Okay,
doubt.
thank you. I've read your comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, Nidhi.
Ma'am, example number 6 explain कर दीजिए.
कौन सा स्टडी मटेरियल में से बेटा?
मैम अभी लास्ट 381 वाला सेक्शन 381 अकाउंट्स ऑफ फॉरेन कंपनी सेक्शन 81.
पेज नंबर?
मैम 11.11.
All right, mute yourself. I will explain it.
मैम एक क्वेश्चन और भी है. इससे पहले मतलब बोला गया है कि ये जो रीपैट्रिएशन ऑफ प्रॉफिट उसको एक्सप्लेन एक बार और कर दीजिएगा मैम.
Repatriation of profits वाला?
यस मैम.
हाँ, वो तो अभी समझाया ही नहीं मैंने. That's why I
अच्छा
stopped
ओके मैम.
because it's a detailed topic. It'll take little
जी
long.
ओके थैंक यू.
We have just done till
मैम एग्जाम्पल.
हाँ जी बेटा, एग्जाम्पल कहाँ पर कौन से पेज पे कह रहे हो आप?
मैम उसी के जस्ट नीचे था.
एग्जाम्पल 5?
मैम 6 वाला मुकेश और जॉर्डन.
Example 5 or example 6 you want?
6 मैम 6.
Okay, 6 we have not done, bacha. We have not done this topic related part. Let's do example number 5 and then we'll wind up the class. All right, thank you, Nidhi. All right. ROK Limited is a company incorporated outside India having a place of business in India. ROK is a subsidiary of HOK Limited. So it is incorporated outside India, having a place of business in India, but it is a subsidiary of HOK holding company, which is registered in Australia. Now, what is happening over here? You're a holding and subsidiary company. You must have done in chapter number 9, accounts of companies. If you have a holding company and subsidiary company relationship in a foreign company, what do you need to prepare? You need to consolidate your financial statements with your holding company. So here they will have to follow the financial year. They can follow financial year other than 31st day of March every year. It can make an application to central government to follow the financial year as per their holding company. So we just did the same topic when I asked Priyanka also about the definition of financial year. Then yes, your financial year is April to 31st March. But if you have a holding or subsidiary which is in a foreign country and you have to prepare your CFS, accordingly, you can follow a different financial year. If on making an application to the CG agrees to that, then you can follow. Is that clear? So I think we are done for the day because repatriation of profits will take a little longer time to understand. So we will be starting from example number, from section number 381 in the next class. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shagufta. Thank you, Rajveer. Thank you so much. Thank you, Priyanka. I have read all your comments. I'm glad to read it's crystal clear. That's great. Somebody has written a query also about foreign company entering for doing it is required. Yes, Harshita, we will cover this point in the next class. It will be coming up over there as well. Thank you, Soumya. I'm glad you enjoyed the motivation and keep up the spirits high. I'm sure you all are going to do well in exams. Okay. Yes, I think ma'am is also there. Ajit sir, you have written a message. You want to say something? Okay.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening and good evening, students. So, ma'am, are you done with the class?
Yes, ma'am.
So, today you have started with chapter 11.
Yes, ma'am. Chapter 11, foreign companies, and we have done the definition. We have done few important questions also. They have been very well answering that. And section 379 as well as 380. 381 we have just started.
Okay. So, you are done with the today's class, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Miss P. Shagupta, Janvi, Nidhi, and all other my dear students. So, can I ask the students that there are two things in this. Okay, let me just. So in this, there are two things. One is your section 2, clause 42, which defines foreign company, and another is 379. Can any student tell me why there are these two sections? हम बात तो सिर्फ फॉरेन कंपनी की कर रहे हैं ना, तो 242 अलग से लिखना है. That what was the need to write 242 and then you have to write about 379. Can any of the students brief me a bit that why these two separate sections were needed? Okay, Priyanka has written that 242 tells the definition. Okay, so it tells the definition of foreign company, correct? Okay, because two countries included. Okay. Any other student? And 379 tells the detail of the foreign company. Okay. Anyone else wants to say something with respect to this? Shagupta is writing something.
Ma'am, Jayendra has replied to me, 379 application and 242 definition.
Very good. Application of what? Jayendra, can you please, if possible, okay, one student has raised hand also.
Priyanshi has raised her hand.
Okay, just a moment. Then Priyanshi, please unmute.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Beta.
Ma'am, in section 242, it has explained the definition of foreign company, but in section 379, it has elaborated with one more point, which is requirement of holding of paid up share capital.
Okay. Okay, Priyanshi. Any other students would like, Priyanshi, please mute yourself. Any other students who wants to say it directly? Okay. Priyanka Pandey has given answer which is quite on the lines. Of Companies Act of the Foreign Operations Conducted. Okay. Chalo. Priyanshi, yes, you were audible. Even some student has. Okay.
Priyanka Pandey wants to say something.
Harshad, kindly unmute and tell.
Hello.
Yes, beta. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. What I have understood is 242 tells us about the definition of a foreign company, and section 379 tells us about the holding, means 50% paid up shares holding. If it is there, then we will consider that it is a Indian company. The portion which they are handling in the operations happen in the India. And as per that, section 379 prescribes that they need to means provide us the details about the business carried in India, and what are their business place, and details regarding that business happening in India, carried in India.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Harshad. Harshada. Huh? Right this time? Okay, I will ask two more students. Just a minute. Priyanka Pandey. Please unmute.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, section 242 tells about the definitions, and it also says if 242 applicable, then we go for the 379, section 379. If 242 not applicable, then we can't consider the section 379. And 379 describes the detail of whether it's a foreign company, requirements, applicability, and jointly hold or bifurcation of Indian company and foreign company.
Good. इसमें मैं कुछ I will add something more to it. Please mute yourself. Shagupta, please you unmute if you have something else to add to it.
Hello.
Yeah, beta.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, beta.
Ma'am, section 242 define definition of foreign company, and section 379 define applicability of Act of Foreign Companies and requirement of paid up share capital, then more than 50% of preference share and share capital, equity share capitals.
So I will, Shagufta, mute yourself. Thank you, beta. Thank you, all of you. And thank you, ma'am, for helping the students to understand. So I will add few more lines to it. Section 242 says that which companies are foreign companies. Okay. So it says that the foreign company means a company or a body corporate incorporated outside India. That is clear to all of you? Then, if I come, and then they have given the two conditions. I'm not going into that. Then if I come to section 379, it says to which companies this act will be applicable. I am a foreign company. Okay. If those two conditions are fulfilled, I will be termed as a foreign company. But whether the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 will be applicable to me or not will be decided as per the provisions of section 379. So, one is your definition section and the other is a chargeability section. If I read 379, I will not be reading it fully, but it says, the last line of section 379.2 says, Such foreign company shall also comply with the provisions of Chapter 22. Chapter 22 means companies incorporated outside India. And such are the provisions of this Act as may be prescribed, let's leave that line, with regard to business carried on by it in India. Now comes the best point. As if it were a company incorporated in India. तो foreign companies के ambit में ज़्यादा चीजें आती हैं. So once you are dealing with section 2 clause 42, you are saying that this all is like foreign company. But when you are saying that what all, whether the company has to apply the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 as given in chapter 22 or other provisions of the Companies Act, for that you have to refer section 379 subsection 2. Any doubt in this? Either it's all clear or it's not clear at all. So much of silence means this. Thank you, हर्ष. हर्षदा एक बार अपना नाम बोल देना. मैं हर्षदा या हर्षद दोनों बोल देती हूँ. हर्षदा, correct? Okay, thank you. So, thank you, Shagufta. So it's clear. No doubts. No doubts. No doubt, ma'am. Great clarity from your explanation. Thank you, beta. Thank you. So, beta, that's all from my side. And I think that now we can end today's session with permission of Harleen, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. You always enlighten the session and make it more beautiful with your presence. So I'm glad the students have also answered well.
Yes, they have. In fact, I'm happy कि they are at least able to understand that, okay, 242 is telling the definition. So very good. I'm so proud of you, students. Thank you, Priyanshi. Thank you. So with this, I will end the session here and give over the baton to Hardeep, ma'am. Harleen, sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you, students. And please do your homework well. Revise whatever we have done till now. And see you on 23rd, the next session of Foreign Companies.
Yes.
Yes.